Hello, welcome back to Grey the Gold Witch. Today we're doing a reading on what you don't see about your situation and the bright side of that situation. So there's 4 piles today. The first is rose quartz. The second is amethyst. The third is this egg. And elixirol. And the fourth is orange calcite. So take a second and pause the video if you need to. Meditate on the piles. The timestamps are linked below, and I will see you in your reading. Hey, pile 1. If you chose the rose quartz, then this is your reading on what you can't see right now and the bright side of your situation. So we're going to look at what your situation is with the tarot, the bright side, and any other information you need to know. So what currently is the situation pile 1's in? All right. What is the bright side? Okay. And any remaining info? Okay. We have the 4 Pentacles in reverse on the back of the deck. So the situation is the Princess of Pentacles and the King of Wands in reverse. The bright side is the Queen of Pentacles, the Fool, and the 6 of Pentacles. And extra information is the Magician and the Tower. Okay, pile 1. So I see a situation where you aren't currently happy with the dynamics in this situation, and it has to do with another person. This could be a boss, this could be a parental figure, this could be someone who has some sort of authority in your life, and they, I feel like, haven't been the nicest to you about your actions or how they perceive you to be. There's some criticism here and some rudeness, and this person's coming from their own insecurities and projecting onto you, but it's been a frustrating situation because it's made you feel unprepared and unequipped, and you've been kind of thrown off by this situation. But the reason this is happening in your life has a very valuable purpose. It's helping you raise in your confidence from the Princess of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, where you feel like you can effectively give your time and energy, and whatever's happening in this situation, it's helping you rise into your power and not take any BS from anyone and feel as though you can go into situations with confidence. There's something about mind over matter here. If you don't let this person's behavior get to you, it won't matter. Knowing it comes from their own projections, and also taking any constructive criticism you might need, because I feel like there are some things this person has said that have a grain of truth to them, and they could help you. Their criticism, however wrongly it was given to you, could help you rise into your power in this way, rise into this level-headed, abundant person who feels you can jump into the unknown, because you have something really special to give. And I feel like this person knows this, and so they're being hard on you because they see the power you yield. You have a lot of potential, especially with this Magician card. I'm seeing that you have no idea. It's crazy, the Magician looks a lot like the Queen of Pentacles. You have no idea the power you yield and how much you have to offer this world. And it's going through this criticism and being reminded that you have so much potential and can do so many great things, that you'll rise into this power and confidence and give freely. And you'll have more energy to give because you'll be more confident in yourself of what you're doing. This person's being hard on you because they see how beautiful the gifts you have are, and that you should have more confidence in them and realize that you have a lot to offer. It's almost as though you don't even see your own power, and it's going to take time and practice for you to see it. But whatever the situation is, the bright side is that you're very much underestimating your power. You have a lot to give this situation. You have more to offer than you even realize, and any situation is lucky to have you in it because you will bring power and beauty to it. And you're not meant to let this situation get you down. You're meant to realize that anything you learn, anything is information you can use to your advantage, and you're meant to be less emotional with this feedback and instead rise in your confidence and realize that you have a lot of power and a lot to bring to the table. This is very much learning from trial and error. And you're not meant to take this person's behavior too quick. I think they're kind of impulsive and might just say things really fast and regret how they came off. But it's because they see, this person's looking at all you have to offer. And they see that you don't see that in your current state. And so they're being hard on you because they see how much beauty and strength you can bring to the table. So they're giving you feedback, and it might not be in the best way, but the bright side is that you are really going to understand your level of power, how much you can bring to the table, and you'll go into new situations after this one with much more ease and self-confidence and trust in the process. I love that both of these people are holding floating balls, and so is this girl. And those are meant to be, they're meant to be pentacles. You have much more power than you give yourself credit for. And you can influence energy in any situation, and you're meant to utilize this more. And not let this don't focus too much on this energy. Focus on how much room you have to grow and expand and gain more confidence in yourself, because you have a lot of beauty coming. I just saw the meme of the woman who's like, there's a storm a-coming, and then she does that little dance. You have no idea what you're in for, and you're going to be creating a lot of it, and it's going to be awesome. And any feelings of lack or fear of stability, you can easily get out of that because you have this power. And you're not meant to feel lack now. You're meant to feel your expansiveness, and don't cling on too tightly to anything in your life because better can come in. You just have to believe in it and notice that you have the ability to wield this. It's like you're harnessing the power of the sun here. Your life force energy has a lot to offer, and it's time for you to focus less on other people's opinions of you and more work from your inside out. Because the more you see your power and utilize it, the more beauty you'll have coming in. And it almost looks effortless for you. You're just meant to be more logical with this and less emotional. I think your emotions are what's causing you conflict right now. And accepting that there will be conflict in most situations, but you don't have to let it affect your abilities. And not everyone has to like you, pile one. As long as you like yourself and are confident in yourself, the right people will come in. This is you being less of a people pleaser and just embracing your power and knowing you have this beautiful power. So next we're going to look at some oracle cards. We have the Medallion, Cancer, Fixed, Dream Travel, and Sacred Union, beloved within inner and outer relationships. What I'm immediately seeing is you're meant to see who's on your team and who's not. Because the right people who are on your team are going to help you see your power. And the people who make you second guess yourself, they're not meant to be on your team. And they won't be on your team. So don't try and make that happen. You have a very beautiful, caring nature to you. This Cancerian vibe of love and caring for others and having deep emotions for the people in your life. This is something that won't go away. You're always going to care about people. With the fixed sign here, I see this is something that is innate in you, this Cancerian quality. And this is a very powerful quality because it makes people feel important. And you're meant to be intentional with who you give this gift of energy to. I feel like people who aren't deserving of this love will sometimes show up in your dreams as an indication that you're focusing too much time on them. So that's something I would be careful to notice. Do you feel uneasiness around people in your dreams? Not everyone in your dreams, but some of these people, they're meant to have less attention and time in your life. So I would be aware of how that comes around. Because when you're around the right people, you're going to feel empowered and like you can conquer the world. And I really am seeing that the people who treat you poorly, this has to do with their upbringing, how they were raised, their jealousy of the love you exude because they didn't get that kind of love when they were younger. They were less emotional. So to better protect your emotional side, your watery side, your Cancerian nature, this compassionate nature that's within you, you're meant to be less logical with your approach to you're meant to be more logical with your approach to who you give time to and energy to, and less emotional, because I see you can see the light in everyone. Even these people, you can see that they're acting from their wounds, and it makes you want to help them. But you're meant to be more intentional with who you give your time and energy to, because the right people, it'll feel good to give your energy to them. The wrong people, you'll feel drained or insecure. And that's an indication, this situation is an indication of that. And yes, this comes from their own trauma, and it's not personal, and I think you know that on a subconscious level, but you still must protect the gifts you have and the beauty you have, and your dreams will be a big indication of who you shouldn't be giving this energy to. Because the people who you're meant to want to come from this love as well. They want to have these qualities. They embrace them. They're not running from them. And the more you realize that, the more your outer relationships will reflect your inner reality, and the less insecure you'll feel, because these people in this situation are just misaligned with this energy inside of you. And it's not personal. It's just the way it is. And the more you recognize that, the more you'll be able to move forward and utilize your powers and feel less guilty about how they come about or how the situations unfold. You'll have better boundaries between you and people around you in regards to your gifts. Yeah, your dreams are a very telling place for you right now about what you shouldn't be giving energy to. If you feel uneasy in your dreams, that's a big indication that these are things in your outer world that don't need your time or don't deserve the time you're giving them. You really do have this precious quality to you, and it needs to be protected. And situations like this are showing you how to protect yourself. And maybe this person even notices that you people please in this particular situation, and they might be hard on you because they see that you have so much to offer, and they're just trying to show you that there's another way to perceive this, and that it's a much better way for you to perceive it, because right now I feel like you're looking at your powers with fear, and this is looking at them with confidence and embracing them. So I want to pull a few more cards for positive affirmations for you. Just pile one into here. Okay. We have, I choose my battles carefully. I will heal myself. And whatever I decide, I trust in the outcome. Yes, there's something about being more logical here and less emotional with how these events ensue. With I choose my battles carefully, this is exactly what we were talking about. Choosing who you give your energy to. Knowing whether it's the right place for you to use your gifts or not. And I'm seeing that you might have a rescuer tendency where you want to heal other people, you want to make other people feel better, you want other people to listen to you, because you have this, you know that you're healing, your Cancerian energy is very healing to people, and you want them to feel that. But some of these people need to heal themselves, and if they aren't responsive to your energy, it's not personal, it's just you're energetically misaligned. So choose your battles carefully and make sure that the energy you feed into is what will empower you rather than disempower you. And you know this on an intuitive level, but it will take practice. And I'm just seeing that this is also you getting into the perspective that not everyone's going to like you. And you just have to accept that and know that you're doing the right work for yourself. And sometimes, like, things aren't black and white. There's this gray area, and you might not always feel like 100% that you're making the right choice. But if you follow your intuition, it's okay to be 75% sure that this is the right road to take. We can't always be 100% sure. And your intuition is your guide here. So if you feel 75% sure you shouldn't be involved in energy, take that as the truth. Take that as they need to heal themselves, and if you interact with them, it will hurt you and you will have to heal yourself again. So choosing your battles carefully, knowing where you're meant to use your energy, that's something that will be very healing for you, because I can feel how draining it is whenever people are repelled by your energy, or you take it personally in a way you shouldn't. But you just have to be more logical about who you're giving your energy to. So yeah, Pile 1, this is what I'm getting for you. You have a lot of power, and this is just learning about what battles are worth taking. And this is helping you rise in your confidence and knowing yourself. So yeah, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you in another reading. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 2, if you chose the amethyst crystal, then this is your reading on what you don't see in the bright side of your situation. So we're going to start with the tarot today. And first we're going to look at what this situation is. Okay, too many for that one. What is the situation, Spirit? Okay. What is the bright side? Okay. And any extra info? Okay. I said too many and Spirit made it very small. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups in reverse on the back. So for the situation, we have the Devil in reverse. For the bright side, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And additional information, we have the Sun in reverse. This feels like a blessing in disguise. Okay. I'm hearing Mr. Brightside in my head as I do this. So this might be relational. I feel as though there's something you've been attracted to and you haven't really gotten to spend time around it, and you've been meant to focus your energy on other things. It feels like this thing just hasn't come together in the way you've wanted it to, and it seems like you're very attracted to this thing to the point of a little bit obsessed. And the reason this bright side is coming up is you're learning how to get happiness from other things so that when this comes in, it'll be more harmonious. Because I see this as something that you're really going to enjoy, but you don't need to work for. And if you come at it with this energy of the devil, you're going to try harder than you need to. So this situation, I feel like your spirit's intentionally putting a block in between you and something you want so that you surrender to it. Don't obsess over it. Release attachments that are holding you back. And find empowerment in other ways. Find empowerment in other avenues. And yeah, I feel like there's some event you've wanted to happen, and Spirit's making it clear that you've been meant to focus your energy somewhere else, and it will pay off in the long run. And I'm hearing that phrase that money, people, places, and things will never satisfy that longing in your soul, and that is in doing what nourishes your soul and tending to your spiritual nature. And we try and get that feeling from people and places and things, but it's more simple than that. So I'm seeing that you are reorienting your priorities so that when this thing comes in, because I see that it's something that could be beneficial for your life, you're just meant not to have attachments to it. So you're putting your energy into what matters to you, and this will come around in the right time. It's like you're learning how to fulfill yourself so that you don't make this your fulfillment. You're focusing on your higher power so you don't make this your higher power. And this is a blessing. The bright side of this is that you're coming into the situation as a fully self-actualized, like whole person. Not fully, I mean, we're always self-actualizing, but you're coming into this without a feeling of lack. Like you're not feeling like you need something out of this. It'll add to your life, but you don't need it because your happiness and confidence and security lies elsewhere. So this is about putting eggs in different baskets so that you can better enjoy the situation when it comes around. And I see it being something really beautiful, but the universe is preparing you for it right now and might be putting you in different situations than you want. Like you might be going to different events than you might have wanted to, or doing different, like the universe is mixing up your schedule and making it hard for this to come around because you're meant to feed your soul food first and not come at this with any expectations or needs. You can have healthy desire for this thing, but not at the sense that you need it. You're learning how to want something, but also be okay with how it turns out. So, yeah. You're balancing out your life well with different things. And you're leaving this up to the universe, like if this is meant to come around, it will. If this is meant to be in your life, it will. And you're trusting that your happiness is out there, and you're more seeking your happiness than trying to seek it in any specific situation or any specific outcome. And that's exactly what will lead you to whatever this thing is in your life that has stalled at this point. Now that we've asked that, I'm going to shuffle a few more cards just to see what Spirit wants you to know about this situation. So, Spirit, can you give us any more guidance about this for pile 2? 2 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups is still in the back. The Fool. And the Magician. Your soul is well aware why this is taking long to come in. This feels like you're balancing out your life right now, and you're preparing yourself to dive into this experience that you want. This is a matter of divine timing, and I see that you're going to manifest what you want. But you and whatever this is aren't aligned right now. You energetically aligned, and there's some alignment that has to happen. Life has to become more balanced, and I'm seeing that you finding your happiness outside of this thing will be what you need to manifest it in. And I'm seeing with the 2 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles here that this is probably has to do with a relationship, a friendship, a romantic partner. Take it how it resonates for you, or some sort of event, or something exciting, something that lights you up. But you're becoming whole in yourself before this comes in. You're raising into your power before this comes in. And you're being asked to let go of expectations of how exactly this comes in, like specific people or specific things. And instead just focus on the energy of it. What energy you're trying to manifest into your life. What is it exactly you're trying to feel? And that's how it'll come together. And I see it being very beautiful, but you're in the preparation stage for this to come in. It feels like time's at a standstill. Yeah, sand, I almost said. It's like there's one of those sand clocks that's running out of time. Like, this is coming in. But you're in a preparation phase, and you will be more confident and prepared for it and whole in yourself before it comes in. So let's look at the additional oracle cards. The Threshold, T-Square, Rapture, Sensuality, Love, Devotion, Romance, Ecstasy, Pleasure, and Dream Travel. I see that you're clearing out a past chapter. Things are leaving your life so that new can come in. And things that are no longer aligned with you are leaving so you can fully expand into your power. There's things that are trying to bring you back down to their level in your life, and those have to be removed so you can be fully actualized in your power for this to come in. But I see it's very close. With the Threshold and Rapture here, it feels like from one moment to the next things will shift. And you're in for some of you, this is something to do with love. And I see that it'll be a completely new phase of your life, a different chapter, but you have to heal out and forgive the past before this comes in. And I see this being a very exciting time for you. But there are things that aren't aligned in your life that must fall away before this comes in. That's what keeps coming back up. And it's like you're stepping into a new version of yourself in this chapter, and you're going to love it. You're going to love every second of it. But there's some puzzle pieces that need to be put in place before this comes in. And you're doing everything right. I see that this is all going to flow in divine timing, and you just have to flow with life, and this will come in. So This situation's definitely something that's just in a slower period right now, and it's fated when it will come in, like the planets will align. I'm hearing Mastermind by Taylor Swift, when the planets and the stars, when the fates and the stars aligned and brought you and I to the same place. I'm definitely butchering it, but that's how it starts. You definitely want this thing, and maybe there is a particular person that this is going to happen with. You'll know energetically if that's true. You'll feel it. But you're clearing out what needs to be cleared out. And you're meant to trust in the process. Yeah. This is very mysterious. Basically, they're just saying not time yet. It's not time yet. You have to release some things. And when it's time, this will be brought in. I'm hearing easy does it. You don't want, like, everything you want too soon. And this is it being prepared so it's not too soon. So to close, we're going to look at a few more positive affirmations for you. What does Pile 2 need to hear? Yeah, on the back of the deck it says, I can see the situation another way. And I think that's what you're being asked to do, is just see that what if everything right now that's happening is working in your favor. We have 8 of Cups, I accept my situation without resistance. The Sun, I am optimistic and appreciate all I have. 10 of Wands, I love and care for myself first. The Page of Cups, I'm as young as I choose to feel. You're meant to be optimistic about this and feel as though you have all the time in the world for this to come in. You might be a little bitter about things that have happened in the past with other people that doesn't have to do with this thing. And you have to heal those situations and accept where you're at now with no resistance, where your present moment is at now with no resistance, and be optimistic and appreciate all you have now. That'll energetically align you for this to come in. And for you to put yourself first, not be carrying the weight of everyone else from your past or the pains from the past. You're meant to lighten up and be in this Page of Cups, light energy, this youthful, optimistic, bright-eyed energy. And accept the past for what it is as learning lessons, release the weight of the past, and move towards the sun and optimism and appreciating all you have regardless of this person, being abundant just as you are in this youthful energy. Thinking any day could bring beauty to you. Yeah, there's just a lightness of spirit that you need for this to come in. And right now you're purging out some heaviness. So that's exactly why this is taking time. But once you feel in this energy, you'll be there. Like, this person will be right around the corner. And I think they are pretty close. So yeah, Pile 2, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, if you chose the egg, and this is your reading on the bright side of your situation and what you don't see about it. So we're going to first look at the situation. What does Pile 3 need to know about their situation? Awesome. What is the bright side? Okay, those kind of fell out casually. And then lastly, is there any other information you need? Okay. So the 10 of Wands is on the back of the deck. Let's see. So we have Temperance and the 10 of Swords in reverse for your situation. The 4 of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. Wow. And the Queen of Cups in reverse for the bright side. And for extra info, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is interesting. Pile 3. So you've decided to start doing some healing work after some difficult pain entered your life. You went through some sort of really difficult experience, and you decided to heal from it. You decided to try and find a more balanced way of living. I think you were feeling like you were living in chaos to some extent, and you were overwhelmed by your mind and the world around you. And you currently are working on this healing process of healing through this pain, healing through this difficulty, and finding a new way of life for yourself. I think your past way of life was very burdensome, and you carried a lot of fear and negative judgments, and you're trying to have a more optimistic outlook. And I think the negative judgments were mostly towards yourself. I think you had a pretty negative voice in your head, and you decided you didn't want to live like that anymore. So you decided to course correct and heal and change your life. And that's probably what brought you to spirituality to some degree. And I can tell that you are kind of burnt out from this work. But what I'm hearing is progress makes perfect, and you've come farther than you realize in this. And you might be being a little critical of yourself because you aren't where you want to be yet. But you're meant to see how far you've come. You are surrendering to your moment. You're letting go of control. You're trusting that you will be cared for. You're holding less weights and expectations on your life. And you're already living with a lighter spirit. And your emotions are less all over the place. And you have much more confidence in yourself than you did during this past chapter. You've come a lot farther than you realize. And I think to some degree, you're tired of constantly trying to do this self-work, because this self-work is difficult, and sometimes it's easier to just feel the pain and get addicted to that cycle of self-pity. Everyone's been there at some point in their life. But you really are growing, and you're growing into who you were truly meant to be. And you're healing through pain. And I think maybe on the physical plane, you aren't seeing evidence of your growth. But on the spiritual plane, you're really healing some deep karma and doing really beautiful healing work on yourself. And you're meant to just keep trying to find this balance and harmony, because you'll continue to form into this beautiful person. Your standards are much higher. It's hard to see how much change you're doing in the spiritual, but you really are. And you're talking to yourself kinder than you were, and you're not putting up with less than you deserve in relationships. Your standards for the people around you have raised. And Spirit's really coming in to say you might feel like you have a lot of work to do, but you're meant to see how far you've come and how much work you have done, and that you've grown so much already. And I'm hearing you're a force to be reckoned with. You have a lot of power, and you're meant to heal these limiting beliefs, these self-inflicting binds, so you can rise into your full potential. And your past experiences are carrying less weight in your life. Someone told me one time that if I'm feeling down during my spiritual journey, it probably means I'm exhausted, I need to sleep, I haven't eaten enough, or I haven't drank enough water. And when I start to feel pessimistic, I normally go through that checklist. I'm like, oh, I haven't slept in X amount of hours. This is why I'm feeling, or oh, I drank too much Red Bull. So yeah, there's something here about being kinder to yourself and realizing how kind you are to yourself. I can tell that you are your own friend. You're becoming your friend. And people can say that they're their own friend, but it takes a lot to be your own friend. You have to heal through a lot of stuff and take an honest look at yourself, and you've come very far. And with the egg here, I'm being reminded this is a process and there's no finish line. It's just we continue and we continue to grow, and it's more like a spiral. And I'm being reminded of those mindful mazes you can walk through. It's like a maze without the hedges. I'm forgetting the name for it. But maybe walking through one of those, if there's one near where you live, could be helpful for you. Surrendering to the process. And letting yourself be a free-flowing person who is dynamic and changes and evolves and isn't stuck in one box for your whole life. You can move past that. Also, maybe looking at mandalas. Carl Jung would draw these mandalas that were snapshots of his subconscious on a day-to-day basis. That might be interesting for you too. I'm seeing a lot of geometric shapes here, and not looking for one instant gratification, but enjoying the process and the steps it takes to get from A to B. Yeah, like it's like that old saying, enjoy the journey. Like the journey is a large part of life, and the destination is just a small part. So that's how you find true satisfaction. And I see that you're learning this, and you really are a phenomenal person. And you're somebody that people around you can trust to share advice and your wisdom and stand up for what matters. So, okay, we're going to look now at the oracle cards. Okay, so we have the Dead End, the Mountain, Trust the Seasons, Embracing Change, Cycles of Life, Transition, Growth, Sophia, Divine Plan, Wisdom, Intelligence Within, Destiny, Suppression of a Star Being by Hanson Worthy, Pink Bubble Fairy, and Black Moon Lilith. Wow. Pile 3, this is awesome. You definitely hit a roadblock where you hadn't seen it before. And it was more of a spiritual roadblock where you didn't know your path forward. You didn't know how to find that hope you were seeking. And what you're seeking is also seeking you. And you're going to find this satisfaction, this fulfillment in your day-to-day life. And you're being asked to trust in the plan and embrace where you're at in this moment. I'm thinking of Good News, the Yeah Yeah song by Muna. My cat's named after that band. And there's a part where they say, I went to an art exhibit, there wasn't any art, just a sign that said, just to sink in some dishes and a sign saying, "Be where you are." And I love that verse. Sometimes, like, the most sacred is in the small details or in the small moments in our life, and it's easy to forget that when there's all of these illusions around. There's something in your life, and I'm thinking it's a way of thinking that makes you be so negative of yourself. And it might be some sort of societal structure, some sort of expectation you've been placed under, or expectation you have for yourself in terms of achievement or success. And I'm seeing that you're meant to have more fun, play more make-believe, and embrace all aspects of you. With Black Moon Lilith, every part of you has substance, has worth, and you are meant to embrace and appreciate all that you offer, all that you have, and even the things that make you different, because what makes you different is your strength, Pile 3. I was also hearing The Climb by Miley Cyrus before I started your reading in the mountains here, and I think you're being reminded that there's no okay, so there's this story, there's this folk tale of this girl who goes to a wise sage who tells her that she basically wants to rid her husband of his anger. So she goes to this wise mystic, and the mystic says to do all these things and climb this mountain and get a single hair from this bear that lives on this mountain. And she goes through all the steps. There's all these tasks she does. And she pleads with the bear for the hair and eventually gets it. And then she goes back down the mountain and goes back to the sage, the wise person, and she says that she did all of the tasks, and the mystic says good, and then she gives her the hair, and the mystic throws it in the fire in her cottage or whatever, and says, good, now continue to repeat those steps every day, and that is how you quell the anger. And that's a very abbreviated version of the story. But what I'm being reminded is that we all want this magic cure, this magic fix to life, that hair that's supposed to get rid of that woman's husband's anger. But there isn't like that magic fix to life, that magic fix to our concerns and fears. There's processes we can do and utilize, and patterns we can be in that are beautiful and can help heal us and allow us to see life through a different perspective, a more calming, more gratifying perspective, one that doesn't constantly criticize us or hurt us or make us feel bad about ourselves. And I'm seeing that whatever this thing is that's making you feel bad about yourself, bad about how far you've come, bad about aspects of yourself, it's unworthy of your time. And you can make the conscious decision to love yourself, to be gentle with yourself. Kind of Girl by Muna. Muna's really coming up here. I Know a Place. Listen to Muna. I think that would give you a lot of peace. They've been there for me during difficult times in my life, and I think they'd be helpful for you too. You can believe in magic, and nothing you've done in your life has made you unworthy of forgiveness. You're allowed to love yourself and embrace all parts of yourself because you were learning. And Earth School is tough. Earth School is really hard. And I think this dead end really hit you hard. And just know that there's meaning behind what you've been through. And as you learn this way of life, this way to take care of yourself and love on yourself and be proud of how far you've come, and take each day as an opportunity to grow and live and get out of the past, learn how to heal from the past. And I see you've been doing that. you're going to find peace. You're going to find peace. And be intentional with embracing all parts of yourself, because I can see you are becoming a beautiful friend to yourself. And yeah, just don't let anybody make you feel unworthy or like you have to hide a part of yourself or can't embrace all of who you are. So I want to look at another deck. This deck has positive mantras on it. Okay, that will suffice. We have the Ten of Wands. I love and care for myself first. The Nine of Swords. I trust the present moment. And the Sun. I am optimistic and appreciate all I have. Yeah, you've been holding a lot of stuff you don't need to keep carrying. Pile 3. Whoever or whatever you left in the past, it's your duty to care for yourself above all else. And if something wasn't working in your life and you had to make adjustments, it's okay. You had to tend to your garden. You had to take care of yourself. And there's no reason to be mad at yourself for that. And I'm feeling a level of anxiety here about if you've made the right choices in where you're at. And you're meant to trust in the present moment because it's teaching you something. And when you let go of these weights and stay in the present moment and be optimistic and grateful for where you're at and what you have, you'll know peace. I'm really seeing that this whole reading, the bright side is that if you change your perspective, you'll be a lot happier. Because all this is a perspective shift, and this is completely in your control. You can completely... it's like a roly-poly. This is completely in your control. Maybe spending more time in the sun could liven you up. But there's a big thing about self-forgiveness here, forgiving yourself for the past, for what you did what you could with the knowledge you had, and you're not responsible for anything besides your feelings and yourself, and giving yourself that forgiveness. And if there's people you want to make amends with, you can do that too. But your primary purpose should be following this light and whatever you need to do to get to this grateful, happy place in the present moment. And I think you know exactly how to do that. But focusing on all of these past burdens and this anxiety that you have, you're meant to release it. You can choose whether to focus on this or it's like focusing on the glass half full or glass half empty, and it's up to you what you want to do. And you deserve to have the glass half full perspective because it's a lot easier to live with. So, yeah, Pile 3, this is what I'm getting for you. You're awesome. I hope this was helpful. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 4. If you chose the orange calcite that looks like a literal orange, then this is your reading on what you can't see and the bright side of your situation. So we're first going to look at what the situation is for Pile 4. What's the situation? I kind of have butterflies, Pile 4, I'm not going to lie. I feel like some people who are watching this are a little nervous. What's the bright side? Okay. What is any extra info? Okay. Let's not... Pile 4, what's the bright side? Or the other... Okay, that's coming out. What's the other information? Okay. Wow. Feeling a little all over the place, Pile 4, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So... the star is on the back of the deck. Your situation, the 5 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups in reverse. Oh boy. Okay. I want to have the Knight showing a little more. The bright side, the world, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords, and Ace of Wands. Okay. So you're dealing with some BS, pile 4, from people around you. And yeah, this is a really frustrating situation. I would be not very happy if I were you. And you are a very evolved person who knows how to stand up for yourself. You know what you deserve. And this is someone who really hurt you in the past. And I'm hearing they played games, they didn't listen to you, and they still don't listen to you, whoever this is, whatever this dynamic is. And I think it's causing you pain. I think they have communicated something to you that was biting. And this person has a lot of growth to do, a lot of self-work to do, and it's not personal. Whatever is going on here is not personal. And the bright side of the situation is relief. I'm hearing so many Taylor Swift songs right now from her new album, Bejeweled. She says, "Baby boy, I think I've been a little too kind. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind." And in another song, I think it's High Infidelity, and she said the way to hurt someone the most, so this is butchered, but the way to hurt someone most is to not love them enough. This is someone you gave a lot to and they didn't give a lot back, and they're just at the beginning of their healing journey. And either you're asking about this person subconsciously, the Spirit's bringing this up to you to let you know that you can leave this behind once and for all, and that you've really healed a lot from this, or this person has reached out and have rattled you. There's some reason Spirit's bringing this up to you, and the main message here is that so many more possibilities are opening up to you because this is gone, and the best way you can deal with this is just a clean cut and move away from whatever pain this is, because this person has to heal on their own. You can't heal them. Nothing you can do will heal them. And I can see that you at one time felt very passionate about this person, but now you see them objectively for the immaturity and selfishness that they exhibited. And I think you're a little overwhelmed standing in your power in this sense, because they took it from you, so they didn't think twice about taking it from you. And Spirit's saying that the situation is painful and your feelings are valid, but stay on your pedestal. And just because this person is unhealed is not your fault. And you don't owe them anything. You owe yourself peace. And this person left you out in the cold. Even if they don't see it that way, that's what they did in the past. And it's because they are immature and they see things from a really skewed perspective. There was some kind of false start here, and they left you wounded. You were a warrior at battle in this situation. They weren't on your team, you were fighting against each other, and you thought they were on your team, but they really hurt you. And they can say what they want to say, but actions speak louder than words, and I feel like their actions have really made things clear here. And the bright side is your future and the ability to move on and find better for yourself. I think you've done a lot of reflecting on this, and you know your worth, you know what you deserve. And I'm hearing feelings aren't facts, and whatever feelings you're having right now about this, you're being reminded that logic is your best bet here. And you might be taking on some of their emotion, some of their pain, because I can see you gave so much to this person. You really poured your heart out to them, and they didn't have anything to give you. Yeah, Taylor Swift has a lot of songs for you. I'm going to be real. Spirit, do you have anything else? You won the war. They thought they won, but you won the war. And they started the war. And it's funny, Taylor Swift in her new album has another song it's called The Great War, and it's about how any relationship has to make it past this war stage. And if they survived it together, then she would know that they had a solid foundation. I see you're going to have that with someone else, where you survive the war. But this war has already taken place, and you won. They thought they won, but traitors never win. This person was a traitor. Wow, this is heavy. I think you've really resolved a lot of this, though, and don't let any of their illusions or mind games get you off your pedestal. Just, you can wish them the best and say, see ya later, sucker. Yeah. Spirit's really saying that you have come really far, and don't let this affect you. Whatever their energy they're sending you, return it to sender. And do some protection mantras for yourself, because this person doesn't need to be in your energy. Yeah. I just heard, don't hate the player, hate the game. This person just came at you with games, and I think you can forgive this person, but not forget, And I think you have forgiven this person, and that might be why this is painful, because you want to help them, but don't save this person. They don't want to be saved. They just want the pain. Yeah, this person has a lot of work to do on themselves, and nothing you can do will help. So, yeah, let's look at the oracle cards. I think you would really jam out to Bejeweled by Taylor Swift. Okay, we have service, prayer, the storm, descendant, release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, alt change, the return, a new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together. So you're a very caring person, and I think you want to help this person. You might also just have a service-oriented position, and this person knows how to play on it. And I can see they're in a very chaotic time right now. And if you want to do something for this person, the best thing you can do is pray. And pray for them. And pray for them to figure this out on their own. Because I feel like they're projecting a lot onto you. They're projecting that you could save them. And these projections are not your reality. And you're meant to release this and shed this person and choose your own story, because you're in a new phase of your life, and the best you can do is pray this person finds the healing they need, and know that you can't fill this void within them. They have this wound that no person can fill. It's up to them to attend to this wound and heal themselves and choose to heal. And you aren't that guy or girl to save them. It's not your responsibility. And I'm sorry you're dealing with this. This is painful. Yeah, just don't take this on as your own battle, because it's not. You've already fought the battle that had to do with this person. And yeah, don't let yourself get swept up in their storm and their chaos. I think you have to be pretty alert here, because it's easy for this person to even subconsciously manipulate the situation and make you feel obligated to do something that is not your responsibility. So, yeah. Protect yourself and know that prayer is an act, and you can pray for this person and still set those boundaries for yourself. This is very clear. So I think you know that you need to take care of yourself. You know the decision you have to make, but it doesn't make it less painful, and I'm sorry about that. But I feel like you're taking on some of this person's pain, and you can choose not to take that on. You can set those boundaries. Okay. I want to pull a few more cards for you these have positive mantras on them. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups. I have all I wish for in my relationships. Seven of Wands. I actively hold true to my values. And I celebrate life and welcome new energy. I feel like this person's trying not to let this chapter close between you two, and you know that and even you might not want it fully to close, but I see that apart from this person, you found a really emotionally fulfilling life for yourself, and you are very strong in your convictions and do what feels right to you. And I see that you are a very well-formed, beautiful person. You've done a lot of work on yourself, Pile 4. And this person might be making you feel guilty for celebrating your life and welcoming new energy while they're feeling like this. But you built this solid foundation for yourself. You built this beauty for yourself, and it's not your responsibility to do anything for this person. And this is a situation where you need to stand up for yourself and don't let projections harm you. Because this chapter can close, you just have to be assertive and set that boundary. And I see you will. You're a very colorful, beautiful person, and this is a bump in the road, and I know it hurts, but you can heal yourself. You have the tools you need to heal yourself. I think spending time with the relationships that fulfill you right now will be helpful. And standing up for yourself here will help you raise in your confidence. So, yeah, Pile 4, this is what I'm getting for you. This was the bright side to your situation. I'm hearing all's fair in love and war. I feel like this is one of those things that just, damn, but that's life. So, yeah. This is what I'm getting for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you in another reading. Take care.